Hey crew, it's Bit, and I'm back with another reaction video. I don't know what he's going to say, so I don't know if this is going to make it or not onto the YouTubes today. But if not, y'all check out the alternatives, because there's at least one thing going up over there that I can't put over here today. But this is Bizzle. Came out July 3rd, so 2020, so I'm way late on this. I thought I was only like a little bit late, but I'm way late. We're going to check this out. Bizzle, Poppin. Let's go.
Yeah. They say I'm confrontational.
Huh.
I want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Speak up. Through the hood, I keep hearing people saying I'm supposed to die tonight. They can't destroy what they ain't built in the first place. So I'm finna ride tonight. I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers.
Yes, indeed. He said, I went from a truth seeker to a truth speaker. I feel that.
Run up in here, I cut an ear, I'm 2 Peter. I bucket fear, I chuck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here.
No lies detected.
Getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here, and everybody feel it, but nobody is say it here. This card over money, so I say what I want, dog. My favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing them folk off. But you could call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that. But stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts.
Stop claiming you're real, knowing you hate facts. But I'm woke, bro. The white man and systemic racism and oppression and I'm a victim and no, you just hate facts.
I could take that, but stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts. Sad thing is how fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen.
What? Bizzle. Hold the up, y'all.
How fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen.
Y'all know I don't like the whole king queen vernacular. I don't like that. That's implying something that is not there. Nobody is sovereign over anybody else. We select people to help manage the larger scope of things, but just because you're president or just because you're the head of state does not mean that you are better than anyone. And half of these people running around talking about they a king or a queen ain't got that lineage. Like, for real though. Like, you just don't have the lineage of kings and queens, but you want to think you do, right? And I get that, no, we can't trace our lineage. I get that. I do. But that doesn't change the fact that for 98% of you, there is zero chance that you had any kings or queens in your lineage whatsoever. There might have been some chieftains. There might have been some shamans. There might have been all of these high-ranking people in societies, but they weren't kings. And so you're not descended from kings. I don't like the people who call themselves kings now. I don't like kings and queens like in England and the various European nations and the Middle East with their excellencies. Like, I find all of that ridiculous. I think every single instance of that is dumb. But that was some good wordplay.
How fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen. Bizzle, this what you want? I never came for the smoke. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'.
If it's gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'.
And see, that really ain't what I want. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog. I say what I want. And if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. World full of fake news, nothing real about it. Put their agenda in the middle and just build around it. Don't use your own brain. They gon' flip the whole thing and trick you with a headline and tell you how to feel about it.
trick you with a headline to tell you how to feel about it.
You take what he said racially. Call him homophobic, you take what he said hatefully. They label it hate, you can't even disagree tastefully. To shape the label, you switch sides, it's mind slavery. These people...
And the way to win is not to care about them labels at all. Like, I don't care what ist you call me. I don't care. I don't. You can call me a racist, a homophobe, a transphobe. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I think that we are all created by the same creator, and we are all brothers and sisters and equal completely across the board. And if that pisses you off, too bad. I don't care. You're still equal to me. I don't care if you're a CEO. I don't care if you're digging ditches. I don't care if you're smoking crack. I don't care who or what you are. You are equal to me.
Disagree tastefully. To shake the label, you switch sides. It's mind slavery. These people are evil. Don't eat with the media feeding you. Deceitful and wicked. They giving you lenses to see it through.
Boy, he bringing that truth.
Don't eat with the media feeding you. Deceitful and wicked. They giving you lenses to see it through.
We talk an awful lot about them lenses, don't we?
Everybody lying, nobody.
If you ain't been around for the Bible study.
Speak the truth like the Lord said it would be. Maybe we'll see him soon. Bizzle. I never came for the smoke. If you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. See, that really ain't what I want. If you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog. I say what I want. And if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. They tryna turn your little boy into a princess, and they ain't.
Let me play that back so you can hear that.
I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. They tryna turn your little boy into a princess.
Boy, you really better watch out what they doing out there.
And they ain't even gave him a chance to be a prince yet. They sick agenda telling you to let him clip his member. He can't even pick his bed.
They talking about mandatory vasectomizing 14 and up. That's what they want. Think you getting close to any of my family with your snippers, boss. Just think that. I'm allowed to defend, and that is defense.
Time, but he could pick his gender. They say that I ain't woke. I say they ignorant. See, I remember how the pilgrims did the Indians. Remember, they ain't just attack them, they befriended them, gave them blankets full of diseases and ended them. Outrage, footage leaking every other week or two, so you don't see the blankets they sneaking you. They ain't gotta squeeze at you, they feminizing your males and leading you into a lifestyle that won't allow you to reproduce.
Have you seen the birth rates lately? Y'all should check that out if you haven't. Some groups are going along just fine. They're having kids, they're reproducing, they're populating, they're being fruitful, and they are multiplying across the earth. And some groups, like it's natural selection, it's going to go away because they ain't reproducing.
One black life gone, they'll march in the street with you. They hand you a blanket to say abortion is free for you. How else you gonna get ex-slaves to agree with you? To kill theyself, say you giving them the freedom to.
First off, ain't none of them been a slave. Like, nobody alive today was a slave. Like, for the United States. Like, there are plenty of people still slaves right now. Like, they're still literally selling people on slave blocks in chains in open air markets right now in Libya. Like, Obama set that up. He let that happen. And so, like, that's literally happening. And they got people being sold underground in the black market, and that's real slavery too. Sex trafficking and all these kids that they're dealing with. Like, that's all horrible stuff, and those people are slaves. But ain't nobody running around talking about my ancestors were slaves that were actually slaves, right? So, just off the jump. But they are convincing, like, the main victim of abortion are black people, right? Like, I hate even to say black people, because to me, melanin don't mean nothing. Like, we were all created by God. We are all equal. But the people who decided to create Planned Parenthood did that with the express purpose of controlling the black population. They were racist. They instituted the whole institution of abortion was to keep the black people down. And if they were not so effective, there would be a majority, more than likely, right now, right? And I say that being one of the people that would be the minority. It is a travesty the way that they have killed all of these people. Like, it's the number one cause of death in this country every year. If you add up the next two, cancer and heart disease, it's almost equal to both of those together. How many that we willingly sacrifice to this God of racism. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
Won't get ex-slaves to agree with you, to kill themselves. Say you giving them the freedom to it. Bizzle, let's wake them up. I never came for the smoke. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. And see, that really ain't what I want. If it gotta go down, then
let's get it poppin'.
You can't muzzle me, dog. I say what I want. And if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love.
Because if you really look back through history, like, I'm still on this because it really is a touching point, because my peoples were enslaved. Like, back in history, even the white ones were enslaved. Like, I wasn't British, I'm Irish. Well, the Irish were enslaved by the British. They were conquered by them. Their island was taken over. Like, they were forced to be subjects to the British. Like, they were literally, like, they starved us. Like, that was why most of my people came here, right? Is because of the potato famine, when the British literally starved an entire island. So it's, if you go back far enough in history, for every single ethnic group in the world, there's a history of slavery, both owning and being. And there comes a point where you have to let it go. And I understand, like, somebody just got real big mad, like big mad. And that's cool. Be blessed. But, like, if you don't let it go, then you are choosing to remain a victim, right? You were not a slave. Chances are your parents were not a slave. There's a chance that maybe one of your grandparents were, depending on your age. But, like, you got to be old for that. Like, that was a while back. And then even the 60s, like, that's been a while, y'all. Like, we're 60 years past that. And I know that in the scope of history, that's not a long time. But we are way better now than we were in the 60s. Like, orders of magnitude better. We are way better now than we were in the 2000s. That was 22 years ago. 2000 was 22 years ago. And we are better in some ways than we were now. Like, there's a lot more division between us now than there was in 2000. There's a lot, and that was before 9/11. Like, even before 9/11, there was a lot less division. And then 9/11 happened, and there was no division for a little while. And then we got a new president, and all of a sudden, things started getting bad again. And you can take from that what you want. But what we got in it really did not help at all. That's all. But we got to quit focusing on this past shit. Like, we really do. And I understand that I'm mostly white. And it's easy for me to say that because I'm not affected like that. But, like, people can come here from other countries with skin as dark as the screen on this phone, with $20 in their pocket that they borrowed from somebody, and go to work and grind, and in 2 or 3 years be living the American dream. But because your great-great-grandpa or your great-grandpa was a slave, you can't do nothing. That's victim bullshit.
So if it gotta go down, let's get
it poppin'. Alright, y'all make sure you get back over to God Over Money's page. Give them a like, share, and a sub. Throw a comment. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing. I love people out here putting these messages out, right? I talk my stuff that I feel like needs to be talked about, but I don't disagree with these guys. I'm not out here trying to bash on anybody. I'm not trying to hammer anybody or anything like that. I'm not trying to promote any division. I am trying to say that there comes a point where we have to decide, are we going to move on from this or not? And if we're not going to move on from it, then how do we deal with that? And if we are going to move on with it, then how do we start that? Because we need to get past this in one way or the other. And if it comes down to bloodshed, I'm letting you know right now, if it comes down to bloodshed behind melanin, I'm out. I'm not in that game at all. I'm not taking up either side. And if I have to die because I refuse to kill somebody for the color of their skin, then so be it. Kill me where I stand. But you're going to have to kill my whole family, because ain't none of us getting involved in that either. We're not getting involved in persecuting anyone for the color of their skin. Make that choice for yourself today too. Right? Make sure that you understand the stakes that are involved in that, because I'm gonna tell you something. And most people ain't gonna tell you this. And I'm gonna tell you something. White people are fucking crazy. Like, if you look back through history, whenever pressed, really bad things happen. And I don't want that. I don't. And we may be close, and I say we because I am lumped in that group. Like, I've got Native American blood, I've got Irish blood, and I've got Cajun blood. None of those really count as white, but I count as a white person. So we may be getting close to a minority. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if everybody in the government winds up being black. I don't care. It makes zero difference. If they are qualified to be there, that is all I care about. But there are a lot of people who are not going to take my stance on this. And if it comes down to a situation of it's either you or me, right? And you've got gangs of either colored skin going around shooting people, then it's going to cause a much bigger conflict. And I'm going to tell you right now that white people are crazier. They are. And if you push the wrong way, they're going to do really, really bad things. They have done it before. I don't want to see that happen. I want to see us find a peaceable way through this. I want everybody to be considered equal. I want everybody to have equal opportunities to succeed without a guarantee of an equal result, because equity is bullshit. Anyways, I'm ranting. I know. Bizzle, thank you for this. It got me talking. I always love the ones that get me talking. I don't think I said anything that's going to get me banned on YouTube. So I may actually be able to put this one up on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'll see y'all in 7 days. Alright. Bizzle, thank you for this. I appreciate it. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me. And I am praying for you every single day. I pray for our country every single day. And I'm praying for my crew every day, because we need to be the change that we want to see. Till next time, this has been pittstake. Peace.